Yeah, they don't understand their bodies like I do, clearly. Yeah, so it goes misdiagnosed for like a long time.
Is this a specific guy you're doing the voice of?
No, actually,
So
surprisingly, I don't know. I don't know where that voice came from. I think it was my Donald Trump voice.
Jesus Christ, that's not good. Don't show that to anyone.
No, I won't. But yeah, no, when
That's
I
the
got
intro. Sorry about that.
oh fuck.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 176 of Ignore the Backlog podcast. My name is Real Portz, and Evil Space Bunny is here. Bunny?
Yeah. I don't. I can't help it. I don't know where that voice came from, and now it's inside of me, and I can't stop thinking about
just
it.
in case it's not the intro.
I know women's bodies better than they do, obviously.
It's so much more exaggerated now, but
the funny thing is, like, that whole situation, nobody's gonna understand this, but that whole situation, the person that ended up figuring it out for me ended up being a man, and I had 2 other women doctors before that could not figure that shit out. I was so mad.
Well, I mean, that kind of speaks to the original guy's point.
I know. Women don't know their bodies.
Maybe those are the only 2 women doctors he knows. And he's like, wow, they're just incapable of knowing about their own bodies.
I think they were just newbies is what the problem was. But anyway, this is a podcast about video games. How you doing?
Podcasts about video games and endometriosis. Both of those things can be true at the same time.
It's true. You know? It's very true.
Why aren't there more endometriosis video games is my question. That's kind of a blind spot of the industry.
Actually, I think that's Binding of Isaac because you go in utero at one point, so I'm sure there's probably some nodules in there.
I knew that game was disgusting, dude. I knew it. I've never played it, but it looks gross.
Yeah, when you kill Mother, you go in utero. It's great.
Fantastic.
Yep, 10 out of 10 game. I have almost 1,000 hours in that fucking game. I can't
Genital
stop.
jousting only has penises. Can we talk about this? I mean,
yeah, we could talk about genital jousting. It's a pretty good game.
Disgusting. Where are the vaginas? You know,
they're in a different section, known as.
How come there's so
games.
much dong hung in movies and stuff, but no vaginas?
Are you saying that we need more vaginas?
I'm just saying it should be equal. Yeah. At least, right?
I mean, look at Game of Thrones.
If you have
there was so much penis and so lacking a vagina.
I know. I guess it's because boobs exist, right? So it's like,
That's
well,
true.
we showed the lady thing. And granted, that is like nicer to look at.
Yeah.
But still, you know, it's not as extreme. You know, but tits are everywhere.
Yeah. That's true. Penises also kind of look funny when they're like, you know, just sitting there,
just dangling. Yeah,
they just dangling, existing. I mean, no offense, gentlemen, but like,
yeah, it's better to dangle than
like a little
to
worm.
Sort of just be protruding. Do you know what I mean by that? You know,
I mean, technically,
it's
no.
better to be like some silly string hanging off something than to be a tack on the wall. You know what I mean? Is that metaphor landing? Video games. Let's talk about them.
This is the raunchiest episode ever.
Yeah. Get your kids. Listen to this episode. Let's go.
Yeah, get your grandma.
We'll teach them about the birds and the bees and all their vaginas.
And peas?
Peas? Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Pee-pees.
Pee-pee poo-poo.
Yeah. You want to know where the poo-poo comes from? We'll tell you.
That's the dark side. Anyway, so what'd you play this week? My list is
I know that you got addicted to something.
Yeah. Do you want me to just talk about it?
Had that spoiled. No. Well, I mean, you can if you want, but I'm just gonna say I think I have for a single day. I bet I have you beat in an addiction.
Oh,
for
are you
this
sure?
week.
I have 2 this week, so
Well, for a single day. I'm just talking
Yeah.
hours played, degeneracy on one single 24-hour period.
okay.
I played Kenshi for 15 hours straight.
Okay.
15 hours
Okay.
straight.
Mm.
Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you sleep?
Did I sleep? Well,
Yeah.
after I played Kenshi, absolutely.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I've been trying to do this. Well, the way I go about my life currently is I have many thoughts throughout the day while I'm working about what I want to do after work and what all the video games I want to play. And the one that stuck is I happened to get in a conversation with a coworker about Kenshi, and I was like, fuck, just bringing that game up, all the things I like about it, I wanted to play it again. And then I got the idea, because we were talking about the Holy Nation.
Oh.
This isn't going to mean anything to you, but
Uh-uh.
Thank you for pretending like you're in the conversation.
I'm excited to hear about the Holy Nation. Is it
So
like you're putting holes in people, or is it like
it's
you guys being religious dictators? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to be. So there's a couple different main factions in the game, and the major one in the north is the Holy Nation, and they are super racist, super misogynistic, and they're just historically like they're based on nothing in reality, certainly, but
nothing in reality.
I've always seen them as the enemy and like tried to kill them and all that shit, and I was like, I have no idea what it's like to start there and be be that guy. So I'm trying to be this like church leader, like that's gonna go start his own settlement, and then maybe we'll think we're even better. We're the more right. We'll start our own like denomination of the church or whatever.
Yeah.
Now a lot of that is just role playing fucking garbage in my head, but some of it is really possible. Like they come by and like do prayers with you, and we're like, yeah, totally fucking praying, fucking absolutely praise the Holy Phoenix or whatever the fuck, and that part's fun. The part that's not fun is being in the beginning of that fucking game and trying to start your own area, because everything in the goddamn world wants to kill you, and it drove me to cheat a little bit.
Whoa! Uh-oh.
I was playing with my buddy. Well, it's not a co-op game, but we were both just like sharing our screens and like talking about our experience and all that shit for the duration. By the way, it was like an epic gaming session. It was crazy.
Jesus. Dedication.
So he starts cheating. He starts adding these mods that make you level up faster and like level you past the point you're supposed to be able to level.
Cheaters.
And I'm like watching his progress over hours, and then I'm stuck in the dark ages. I'm like, fuck, I just want to do that. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll cheat a little bit. I took it way too far.
Oh no!
I ended up. So there's a mechanic in the game where if you train something, particularly strength, your character gets ripped out of their goddamn mind. And it's based on some sort of mathematical calculation going up to the max stats, right? Well, I installed a mod that lets you go past the max stats. So your physique does not stop at where the max stats were. And I am a horrid winged creature with giant fucking muscles on my legs and my arms. And you can't really see my face anymore.
You will follow our religion. You can't see your face.
So I've abandoned the religious aspect entirely. And there's actually probably a religious lesson in here somewhere. And I'm running around just destroying everything. Because the game is so brutal, dude, that I'm like, I want to give some of that brutality back. And you know what? I tried it with one guy, my main guy, and he fucking got his shit rocked with beyond max stats, which means there's no way in the game to get better than the NPCs that they make you fight.
That's funny.
But when you group together, the whole thing is about adding, survival and not of the fittest, but survival in numbers or whatever. And so having like a big squad,
matters.
It matters a lot. Yeah, individual stats and levels and stuff, like pretty much attacks, especially crossbows and like range weapons and shit, can definitely get through almost any even cheated defense.
That's funny.
You gotta overwhelm them with numbers.
Yeah, you're gonna Zerg swarm them, you know.
It's
something we learned from StarCraft. It's one of those things. It's kind of funny. You basically lost your religion because you went outside of the scope of God. Is that is that my understanding? You fucking.
It's unholy what I did. That's true. Yeah, we lost sight of the way.
You lost sight. This is not the way.
Yeah, and look, I started killing heretics anywhere I could find them, and then it happened to be in a city where it was controlled by holy people, but they still had to pay because they were heretics,
Obviously.
and those holy people didn't like that because it was against the law. There was no proof against these heretics, but they're called what they are.
Literal
so
heretics.
I know what they are. Yeah. And so they got mad, and now I'm fighting them too. I just fight everybody. It's just us against the world. So I need to roll back. I need to uninstall some of the mods and bring it back to reality before I go back to that save, or maybe even start over at this point.
No, keep it going. I like this idea of being like a fucking hulking abomination against God who
horrifying.
murders.
I'll have to post some pictures of my Discord.
Yeah.
It's disgusting, dude.
I want to see how fucking gross this creature is.
I look like a winged, insane creature.
You probably look like some of the shit I've been fighting in fucking Elden Ring.
Oh, yeah, a bit, yeah. Yeah.
That'd be great. Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, you can also train up your athletics way higher than it should. And I'm running like 700 miles per hour.
Jesus.
So I'm just screeching fucking banshee, dude. It's amazing.
You just run up, punch shit, and then you fucking leave the house. You're just like fucking going for it.
When I got overwhelmed before, when I was just running around with one dude, I was so fast. It's like, oh, I'm losing the fight. I'll run away. And boom, I'm immediately like teleported out of the city because I'm so fast. Like there's speed settings for the game. You know how like strategy games have like you can play it back like 1x, 2x, 3x.
Yeah.
So on 1x, I run like they do on 3x. It's great.
10 out of 10.
Yep. Jesus Christ, that's all I can think about. What else have I played?
Kenshi.
I played some Dota. I brought back an old Dota friend to Dota who hasn't played in like 3 years, regretfully. And bad news.
They hate Dota.
No, we won 2 games and they're back in, dude.
No,
I was like, hey, we won 2 games, and he's like, I know. I think this is luring me into like a false sense of security.
Oh no, Portz! They're gonna have like a fucking 10 lose streak for the next week, and they're gonna fucking hate their life.
I know.
Who is
I hope
it?
to be
Who
mentioned
did you
in the
hurt?
note. He doesn't have a like consistent online name. He's my friend that deleted fucking Discord.
Oh, okay.
His name's Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah. Old work buddy. Yeah. From back in the day.
Did I know him from work? No, actually, I know him because he walked in as a customer at GameStop when I worked there.
Okay,
yeah.
That's what
I
knew it was GameStop or something with it.
Oh, wow. Damn, good memory. Jesus Christ.
Fucking remembered.
That's wild to me, actually, because I think I told that story a long time ago.
I may have been listening to the old episodes.
Oh, really? Is that why you remembered?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I don't remember. It might have been that, or
That's
I just
so
remembered.
Good.
I've been listening to the older episodes, trying to find shit and actually trying
like
to
going
inspire
back.
myself. Yeah,
You know what surprises me? We're we've stayed pretty consistently good this entire time.
Yeah, we're fucking hilarious. God damn it! You guys should share us with your friends to prove how hilarious we are.
Yeah.
Was that bad? That was
True.
bad. Anyway.
Well, it was a little grovelly, but sure, yeah.
You're gravelly.
Gravelly. It's the timbre of my voice. Yeah. Yeah.
No. God damn it. Anyway, okay, so Kenshin, Dota, what else?
Okay, so I also had a horrible realization. It's not that bad, but I was very annoyed by it. So, I've been trying to be a little NBA star in video games.
I forgot about this weird adventure of yours.
I was drafted to the Indiana Pacers. I still really want to do this. But I hit a roadblock, and it's a pretty big one I don't think I'm going to get through.
No, really? Right?
This fucking game. I mean, maybe I'll go play a different one if I can find out if this setting is different. But, okay, I remember distinctly, because this has driven me nuts since forever. In the game, like, especially when you're playing a My Career mode in a sports game, you play the amount that you actually play, and then you simulate the rest, because you're not in every game, or, you know, like, you're not in every minute of every game, right?
Right.
I'm not sitting there watching fucking AI play each other. I'm just not fucking doing that. But, and there's games, like, against, like, from one team that I'm not on against another team I'm not on that are just going to be simulated, you know?
Yeah.
So the settings for how long quarters are in basketball is, for me playing, is 5 minutes, because that's reasonable. There's 82 fucking games in a season. I'm not playing goddamn 12-minute quarters. I'm just not doing that shit.
Yeah,
that's the default for simulation. And by the way, can't change it for the simulated games. Now, why is this a problem? I'm not in those games. Who gives a shit? Well, I care deeply about the fucking stats and eventual years down the line MVP and shit like that. I want to know how I'm doing compared to the rest of the league. Not possible to determine if they're getting 90 fucking points per game and I get fucking 12, you know?
I hear you upset that you're not.
It's bullshit. I need the simulated quarters to also be 5 minutes. That way it's, yes, they're still much better than me. I just started. That's fine. But eventually, there's no amount of good I could be in fucking 5 minute quarters versus their simulated 12. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
So I'm very irritated about that. I swear to Christ, you used to be able to change that, but not in this one.
You should complain on their forums and see if EA.
Oh, I googled the fucking shit out of it. There's Reddit threads out the goddamn wazoo.
Yeah, but that's Reddit.
You think NBA is reading fucking actual 2K threads from 5 years ago?
No.
Yeah. So that is pretty much dead. I don't know. Maybe I think NBA 2K13 had this feature that I want, and maybe I'll go back to that. Although I was enjoying the newer graphics, even though they're still 5 years old. Maybe the new one has it. I think I got a copy of 2K22, I want to say, with my PS5. Maybe I could boot that up. Although it's on PS5, like, fuck off. But
yeah,
we'll see.
I love the fact that you have a PS5 and you're like, I don't want to play on it. It's fucking dumb.
Does my PS5 have a 3090 in it? No, it doesn't.
I'm so surprised you.
Do I have a? Is it possible to go to ultra wide with a PS5? No, it's not.
That's true. These are all true things.
Yeah.
These are all true features.
Exactly.
Does it feel bad to own one? To be a PS5 owner?
No, I don't give a shit. Whatever. It's a paperweight. I have lots of those.
Yeah, it's just like
Does anyone want to buy it? It's $12.
$12 sold.
Once every game I want comes to PC.
I think that's the biggest thing is like most of their games are coming to PC.
They are, but none of them are day and date yet.
Yeah, that's true. I was talking about it the other day on my stream. I was like, you'll know Sony's in trouble when they bring fucking Bloodborne to the PC. Because that's like ultimate like fucking blue-eyed dragon fucking their ultra mega card that they could just fucking turn on a dime.
Are you making a Yu-Gi-Oh reference?
I did make
there?
a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. I've been watching a lot of fucking internet lately on my phone because my other internet is unstable and I've just been,
watching
internet.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
You know what? I went down a weird YouTube hole, okay? I can't sleep at night, and sometimes I just let it auto-ride. And I'm too lazy to change it.
I'm not one to judge. It's fine.
Thank you.
The card game's really fun if you scratch out all the negative effects and just put in positive effects.
Yeah, you just cheat. Yeah, it's totally, everything's fun.
Oh my God, I've been a cheater my entire life.
Dirty, dirty cheater. How dare you? How fucking dare you? Anyway.
Bunny, it's your turn.
My turn. So... I didn't get one addiction this week. I got two.
Oh, boy.
I know. It's really bad. So, if that tells you anything, I only played 2 fucking games this week.
Oh, no. This is going to be a podcast where I play Dota and RuneScape, and you play whatever Souls game and whatever the other thing is.
Well, I don't know.
City Builders, maybe.
Oh, it is a city builder. Fuck. Shit, you're on to me. Okay, so I almost said
Wait, what city builder is it? Is it Farthest Frontier again?
No, it's a new one. It's a new one. I've capped out at 10 hours this week, which is pretty good for me in a brand new city builder. But that's one play.
Yeah.
I have the same settlement that I started with originally still going after 10 fucking hours. And I've never played this game before, so I think I'm fucking goated at city builders now. This one is called
pretty good.
Yeah, this one's called Settlement Survival, and it is very much like Banished. It has updated graphics compared to like Banished and stuff like that, but it's similar idea and stuff like that. You have like sections that you want to set up, and you want to keep the town happy and everything, you know, like get them wood, shit like that. Basically,
why is this on my ignore?
I don't know. You're fucking crazy.
Oh, it's probably from before I.
You understand how good city builders are.
City builders, yeah.
It's true. But it's
an impenetrable fucking genre.
It's crazy. But the nice thing about this one has some cool features that I haven't seen too often. It has the ability to like completely change the land. So if you don't like the land,
terraforming.
Yes, it has terraforming.
Oh hell yeah!
So it's quite nice.
Has that, but it's fine.
Well, okay, look, listen, it's not as good. This is like fucking. This is smooth. It's nice. You can fucking raise the water levels. You can fucking lower the water levels. You can.
You know what I don't like about this game immediately is the fucking voxel look.
I like it. I think it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
It's cozy. There are disasters and everything like that that'll just destroy your town, but I see it as an opportunity to upgrade those buildings or areas.
Such a city builder. I see this disaster as an opportunity. I know it killed lots of our citizens
anyway.
And those were your mothers, your wives, your.
Well, luckily
only the women died.
Luckily, in this one, there's a bunker that you could build, and people could go hide in the bunker, so they don't die.
That's a great fucking idea.
Yeah, it's nice. You put the bunker in in the side of a mountain and like just let shit go crazy, and you're fine.
I hardly know her.
I know, right? But yeah, this like consumed me at the beginning of the week. Besides Elden Ring, when I needed like a mental break to just kind of like zone out in, I was gonna use this to like edit, and then I just said fuck everything.
Do you zone out in city builders?
Yeah, it's kind of therapeutic for me. Right. So I'll just like let YouTube
I get overwhelmed. I'm like, we don't have. I need to upgrade all my buildings. We don't have this kind of thing over here. I don't know how to get this. I can't tell people. This is mostly specifically about Farthest Frontier, but
Farthest Frontier.
Trying to get those goddamn houses upgraded just gave me a fucking aneurysm.
Honestly, it's very hard. This one does have a little bit. I think this one's a little harder than Farthest Frontier. You have to like gather science points and stuff like that in order to upgrade. It's not just upgrading your town hall.
Sure.
And you get those from schools and stuff like that. So the more schools and the more successful and educated your town is, the more it will have the ability to add upgrades. And then the training is very different too. I really like it. I enjoy it. I'm horny for city builders. I can't help it. But it's really, really good. Highly recommend it. And it's only a couple months, or no, it's about a year old, I think now.
Nice.
No. October 2022. Okay, it's only 6 months old. But it's full release. It's not in early access or anything like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's finished. After that, so you did 16 hours, which you did beat me.
15,
I think
15 hours.
15. Sorry. I think I put in about 12 hours into Elden Ring one day.
Jesus Christ.
So I sent you that link where that character is at 44 hours. That's the character I started last week. I'm at
You got a full-time job. It's called Elden Ring.
I think I'm at like 60 something now. I went full fucking balls to the wall in Elden Ring. I don't know. I think we talked about it last year, and I was so mad and annoyed with Elden Ring because it is very cryptic. It is very fucking annoying, and but I'm so stupid and stubborn when it comes to things where I just want to progress. And last year I was all about beating video games. So I was definitely not.
It got in the
right
way of that. Yeah.
It definitely got in the way of that. And I think that was part of my fucked up mindset with it is I was just trying to rush through as many games as I could. And I'm still kind of doing that. I haven't been keeping nearly as good of track as I was last year. But I'm still on a pretty solid pace, even with this like week and a half setback.
Yeah.
And I'm not too worried about it as much because like this is how I'm doing it a lot differently than I was before. So like if I get stuck in an area, I'll stop what I'm doing in that area and I'll go somewhere else. I'll fuck off. And I'll just go putter around somewhere else until I feel like revisiting that area. So, like, I avoided Rodan, which is apparently one of the hardest fucking fights in the game. And I was really scared because I was like, oh, I'm going to have to bang my head against this for hours. It's going to be fucking atrocious. I'm going to hate my fucking life. Yada, yada, yada. This is going to break me. And so I avoided it for a very long fucking time. I did all these side quests and stuff. But my build is pure fucking cheese. I'm calling it the Bard build because I went little sneaky daggers with a lot of like fucking bleed, which does a fuck ton of damage. And then I went magic, which is pretty fucking broken in this game. And a lot of people have complained about it. It's like, oh, you're not a real Elden Ring player if you play with magic. Yeah, anyway. Fuck those guys. Don't care. Having fun. And so I have this broken-ass build. And if it bleeds or if it doesn't bleed and I can hit it from afar, I fucking obliterate everything. And I finally did Rodan. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to try it out. And, like, immediately get destroyed. Because I didn't know what the fuck was happening. This battlefield is massive. And, like, he's just shooting you from the back of this battlefield with these giant-ass arrows. And they instantly, like, give me. I was like, okay, this is how it's going to be. I have to get close to him. And as soon as I got up in his stuff, I beat him after only, like, I think 3 attempts. I was like, oh. Yeah! It was a good moment for me. The only boss that I've had trouble with was I finally beat it today after I just kind of like, I was trying to beat it on stream, which was probably a mistake. Because it requires so much fucking focus. You're fighting 2 entities at the same time. They're these huge fucking gargoyles. They don't bleed. They don't have any weakness to magic, so it's like my kryptonite. I can't do anything like explosive against these guys. I'm not taking these down in like 2 minutes like I am some of the other bosses. And so it took me a long time, but I got it today. And now I'm just running around and exploring again until I gotta go towards like the end goal. And shit. Yeah. It's been good.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. What's the... Did you have any moments where you felt like, oh, like I get it?
I think when I got through this area, so the biggest part that I had an issue with was the academy. The academy is very cryptic and how you get into the academy. But since I was actually kind of paying a bit more attention and I was doing a lot more exploring this time, I kind of find out more about the academy, how to get into the academy, because the academy is locked by a mechanism that is hidden with it behind a fucking dragon that's like on an island like 200 fucking meters away from the place.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's fucking crypt. It's just fucked. And I still kind of hate that shit, but I found a lot more lore.
That doesn't, like, yeah. Are you looking anything up?
I am. Yeah. If I get, like, mega stuck on, like, a tower or something, I'll go look it up. Because I'm not ashamed to. I'm not, like...
No, it's not a shame thing, but it's, like, an enjoyment thing. Like, I don't know. I mean, I should let go of that. Because RuneScape, you have to look up literally everything. You have to spend half the game in the wiki and half the game in the game.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like, it just, like, I don't know. It's more satisfying when you stumble across something yourself, you know?
Yeah, I get that. I get that for sure. And I think that's what a lot of people do like about the game and finding the weird secrets and stuff like that. And I found a couple things on my own by just being a fucking idiot and running around and hitting stuff and just pure luck. And so I would leave my little notes for other people to help others and stuff like that. And that kind of I guess that gave me like a good sense. Like if you read the notes, they actually do help out quite a bit. There's some fucking stupid ones, but you know, there's some good ones too.
Sure. Okay.
In that whole bunch. But yeah, I think my looking up stuff was to like these weird towers, which I had no idea what the fuck they were about. And that was like my biggest thing that I looked up was trying to find these towers, and then like the note made sense because the note is about find the dog, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And they referred to the turtle as the dog in the game, so you know.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Find dog. And I was like, and then I found one. I'm like, oh, and I hate everything, you know. Yeah. I've definitely had moments where I thought I could get through a place, but I think just coming back to it with a much more refreshed mind. Like, chat said I was molding yesterday, but they had no idea how mad I've gotten at that game. Off stream. I got pretty mad at it a couple
Dude, when
of
I
times.
played Sekiro on stream, I about fucking broke my computer.
Yeah.
I get way more mad on stream because, like,
yeah,
I crack under
you.
the pressure of performing in front of other people, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That definitely does happen too. And like try to talk to chat and shit like that. And I had people coming in and I'm like, yeah, if you bring Elden Ring logo or jargon in here, I'm not gonna fucking know it. I'm a fucking newbie. This is my first full playthrough. I've only gotten like before that. And like I was looking back at it, I think that my other character has like 30 hours in it. I did give it like a good college try. I just wasn't in the right mindset for it. I tried.
Yeah, I think we spent maybe 5 or 6 hours in the game.
I mean, I
like Dark 2 Souls. Bosses, and we're like, nope.
Yeah, I like Dark Souls. I've played a little bit of Bloodborne, and Bloodborne's pretty fucking dope. But my only problem is it's on the PlayStation, just like your issue.
100%. I think I probably am attached enough to the way that game looks to play it on PC, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So
it's just such a cool vibe, you know.
It's got a very interesting aesthetic, and the story's actually pretty fucking cool in that one, with like the concept of everybody slowly turning into a monster, you know?
Yeah, the plague sort of thing. Yeah.
So it's like it's got a neat aesthetic. I do like Elden Ring. It is pretty in its own way. It's much more simpler. I would compare it to like Red Dead Redemption's pretty. If that makes sense. It's very simple but very gorgeous.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've never thought of Red Dead as simple, but yeah, I see what you're saying. The architecture in Elden Ring can get pretty wild, right?
Yeah, it's pretty weird. There's some weird shit. I've been fighting these weird ass fucking entities and like just running around, and like the biggest thing I think I can complain about is like, so there's a lot of platforming in the game, which has always been a thing with Souls games, but the fucking controls are ass. I will straight up say it. I don't give a fuck. Fire me, fight me. They're ass. Those controls are ass. Elden Ring. Any Souls games. They're trash. Trash controls.
Agreed. Trash.
Like, there's nothing wrong with having trash controls, but having to do platforming in a trash control is probably what makes it even more difficult. It's fucking dumb. Anyway, that's what I played. I talked way too much for only 2 fucking video games. But I'm really liking Elden Ring finally.
I went off about fucking NBA, and I spent almost no time in that this week because I realized immediately after my second fucking game, I went to go check the stats. I'm like, hey, where am I ranking with all the other, or like who's the best on my team, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't figure it out. I mean, not really. I could scale it. I guess I could do math in my head. Like, oh, this is like 2.5x fucking whatever. Like, fuck that.
Oh my god.
Not doing that shit.
No, that's... Ugh. I never understood that. Like, fucking sports guys that are like really into stats. So it's like, you're just a fucking nerd with extra steps. Stop it.
Oh, I love the sports stats, but only when I'm involved in a video game. I don't give a fuck about it for other people because I don't have like a sports team to follow or anything. But it does make me get it a little more, especially like having watched Dota, like watching OG play and all that shit. Just fucking I love that shit. Although I don't really get into stats, like the fucking because no one gives a fuck about like it's the fucking 800 GPM every game. Like no, like each game is its own unique thing. So it's even more. It's so interesting. The stats can't be. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's good. Although there's cool stats every now and then, like this guy just bought a fucking. But the presentation always takes care of that. Like some nerd behind the scenes always takes care of that. It's fine. They're like, this is the fastest Battle Fury on the patch by 3 minutes. You're like, holy fuck, that's a huge deal. It's great.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
I'm a nerd
Gotta
with
be the
extra steps.
fastest. Huh?
I'm a nerd with extra steps.
You're a nerd with extra steps. That's okay. We've accepted this, Portz.
It's funny because like I would be a stats nerd if I was smart enough to do it. You know, instead I rely on the stats provided by other nerds who are more nerdy than me.
Oh, that's something else. That's definitely that's like cheating nerd. Like, what would you consider that?
Yeah, it's the lazy man's nerd. Yeah,
yeah, it is the lazy man nerd. Lazy man nerd. Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway, are we ready for some news?
Absolutely. Let's
all right.
Talk about it.
So we kind of talked about Dark and Darker having their DMCA issues. And they kind of released like a half-assed statement a while ago, and we kind of talked about it where they didn't have the copyright and everything. Well, now Nexion is straight up suing them for DMCA, like copyright everything, and stealing their game, quote unquote.
Oh my god. So,
Dark and Darker has been removed from the Steam store completely. Oh. It's unavailable right now. They had a bunch of playtests. The playtests went very successful. The game blew up kind of overnight because of streamers and shit like that. I loved watching Germa RP in it as an Oblivion character. It was 10 out of 10.
That's amazing.
It was great. And so Iron Mace, which is the developers for Dark and Darker, they fired back at Nexion. So Nexion said that they stole a bunch of assets and the game idea for them. Now, to be fair, there is a little bit of context from this. The lead dev from Dark and Darker used to work for Nexion on a game called P3, I think, is like their code name for it. I don't know if that's the actual fucking name. That's a dumb fucking name. Nexion's a piece of shit anyway. They made MapleStory, which is like a gacha game. And I don't really like gacha games, especially MapleStory. MapleStory is very notorious. It's probably one of the first really bad gacha games. But yeah, so they're claiming this DMCA suit, and the person who left Nexion and started Iron Mace, they were using his personal servers for work servers because of COVID and stuff like that. So they kept all the work on his servers, his personal stuff. So he had all of this information potentially. So it is possible. However, they fired back in the best way possible. He left Nexion saying that he had lost faith in the company's direction, and he said basically he's going to go start his own game from scratch with blackjack and hookers, yada yada. So, Iron Mace fired back at Nexion today. And it was, or not today, but yesterday. It was a great fucking comeback. They're like, bro, we're using the same assets and some of the same names because, one, this is a fantasy fucking genre game. Sword, bow, blah, 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 blah. You can't claim copyright on this fucking shit just because it has similar fucking names in the assets. On top of that, they bought all their assets from the Unreal Engine store. With fucking Nexion, so they can't even claim copyright against those. So their fucking thing is just like slightly flawed, and it is a fucking. They're both fucking the same trope. They're both a dungeon crawler game with fantasy elements. You could basically say like Lord of the Rings is stealing their ideas from Nexion, like stupid shit like that, just because you have a fucking ranger and a fighter and stuff like that. They also broke down every single asset that they were being claimed on and all of the tropes, and then they had the balls to do something silly. They went into Chat GPT and they're like, hey, write a fucking game description of a dungeon crawler fantasy PvP game. It basically sounds like both fucking games, this Chat GPT fucking description. It's the funniest fucking shit. And so Nexion tries firing back, and they're like, there's no way it's possible for you to code a game in that amount of time. And they're like...
what if we just did it?
That's kind of what Iron Mace said. They're basically saying, it's like, well, we used assets, so we didn't have to make any assets. We just had to make them work, right? And we just had to code them to work. So they had the skeletons, everything like that. The hard part is fucking out of the way for them. They use these real generic fucking janky-ass Unreal models. Real cheap. But it kind of adds to the fun of the game. And then on top of that, like, Nexion's like, well, you know, it's just not possible. You stole our code. And Iron Mace basically just said, get good. They're like, yes, we did. Just because you couldn't do it in that time frame and we did. Basically, they basically.
Well, it's weird when there's not a bunch of red tape everywhere.
Yeah, I think going from a private dev. And the thing is, they also, like, Iron Mace stole a bunch of people from Nexion when that developer left. So they already had done it all. So, I mean, they just basically just redid it again. They're like, oh, God, it's fucking Tuesday all over again. So... yeah, I'm actually kind of on, at first I wasn't too sure what this was and what was happening, which is why I hadn't really reported on it yet. I'm kind of glad I waited and just, like, watched the madness unfold.
Right, yeah.
But
well, yeah, who knows in that situation, right? We don't know if they took something. They could have.
Right. They could have. They totally could have. But, like, they like, listed everything. I think the only thing that would show that they have more balls is it be like, okay, Nexion, show your code and we'll show our code. Like, one of those moments is like, I'll show you yours if you show me mine. Or I'll show you mine if you show me yours sort of situation.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's going to have to come down to.
That's wacky.
Yeah, I don't think...
What? Do you know... I don't know why the fuck I'm thinking about this. This has nothing to do with... I mean, not nothing, but... Do you remember the Frogwares problems?
With Sunken Cities or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody didn't get paid for that and shit. Like, do you remember what happened with that?
So, they stole the game. So the publisher...
Yeah, they, like, cut the developer out of the deal,
yeah,
right?
they cut the developer out of all the money and stuff like that.
It would be horrible if it, like, you know, came to that, is all I'm saying.
Well, Iron Mace is their own company, their own publisher, their own
everything. For sure, but like if they like took the game and they're like, well, we get all those assets back, they'd have to like redo everything. That would suck.
Oh yeah. But it's the Unreal one. So like they neither
That's
of them
kind of
have
the
a
trump
foot
card
to stand
there.
on. Yeah, they have no foot to stand on by being like, oh, you're using the same assets as us. Everybody uses those fucking assets. They're there for a reason, and we see them in other games all the fucking time, and I don't get mad at it. I just kind of smile and be like, oh, yeah, I remember that moment in this game, and then getting fucked over in that game. So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of following this. I put a couple Google alerts to see what else Nexion has to say about it, but everybody's reporting on it. Charlie had a really good video about it, and Pyrocynical also had a really good video breakdown of it. Oh, and surprisingly, Soda Poppin'. It was kind of, everybody's talking about it. Everybody also, all the three of those people really played the game a lot, so, but yeah. So speaking of, like, streamers and YouTubers, let's talk about a couple of them. So, I don't know if you saw, do you know who Sea-Dog is? You probably don't.
Sea-Dog, no.
Sea-Dog BA.
Nope.
He's a voice actor.
Voice actor? Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay.
Yeah, he was a voice actor turned YouTuber, and like he turned his voice acting into YouTubing, and he also streams a bunch.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's good buddies with Iran Mouse, and he did a charity stream. He did a charity stream last year where they raised like $300,000. Him and Chris Abroad, and they raised $300,000 last year. So they just did their 900 kilometers bike ride across Japan, and they raised over $550,000.
I saw that. Yeah, I just
IDF.
didn't know who that was. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They're fucking crazy. And then he showed the breakdown of how many calories it burned every fucking day. It's insane. It's fucking insane. But yeah, they were talking about it a little bit. They said their knees and their fucking calves hurt like no other.
Yeah, I bet. Holy shit.
Yeah, I like both of them a lot. Chris Abroad, he did the chess boxing, and he won that when he did Ludwig's thing.
Okay.
Yeah. They're pretty funny. It was cool to watch, and it was really cool to see also Mousy was a part of it too. And she had little baskets for her VTuber avatar that she sat in. Like a little bite basket. It was really cute. It was a cute concept. But yeah, it was kind of neat to watch all of them and stuff. But yeah, it's so pretty to watch like those bike rides through Japan. Makes me want to go, but also at the same time, I don't want to bike ride. I'm lazy. I'll be a fat fuck.
Yeah, I think bike riding is certainly behind me.
Yeah, I'm too old. I'm an old lady.
It was fun when I didn't have a car.
Ah.
Those were the days. Felt like freedom.
You're like, I could get away.
And now freedom is paying for an Uber. Such a piece of shit.
Fucker. I guess speaking of sort of pieces of shit, Twitch.
Yeah. Oh, the new guy?
Yeah. No. We're actually going to talk about Kai. Kai Sentnat? That's how you say it.
Kai, the guy that got jacked off on stream?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, allegedly, sorry.
Allegedly.
It was clear, but yeah, allegedly. She was rubbing his leg for some reason.
Come on, lady. We all know what happened. Anyway, so he broke Ludwig's subscriber record and stuff like that, and he's been basically hounding and harassing Twitch for a contract because he doesn't have a fucking contract with Twitch, which is bizarre.
What?
Yeah. He's like he won Streamer of the Year. He's up and coming, has some really fucking funny skits every once in a while, and like he still doesn't have a contract, and Twitch sent him a pair of sneakers as a congratulations for beating the most subscribed streamer. And the look on his face is just
Is that a
devastating.
negative stereotype? That
I mean...
Also, that's kind of funny because isn't Ludwig obsessed with shoes?
Yes!
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Also, that's like one of one facts I know about him.
Yeah. At first he at first Kai, he doesn't really know what to think, and he's just kind of like perplexed, and then he kind of embraces it, and he gets excited for these Twitch shoes.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do?
I mean, Twitch is losing money. They're firing people. Obviously, they're hurting.
They're not in a position to do anything.
Yeah, it's really fucking depressing that they can't fucking do this. And
wait, they're just fucking regular shoes. They're not even like a gold plated or like fucking.
Well, they got like Twitch on there. There's the Twitch logo and like.
Does it even say his accomplishment or anything? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
I don't know. It's just. Could you imagine like Ludwig talked about it too, him beating the record and stuff like that. He didn't get a thank you or anything or congratulations.
Ludwig never got one?
Nothing from Twitch.
Oh.
So
that's
it just
weird.
shows how much Twitch is kind of like out of touch.
Damn. When did he beat the record?
His subathon in 2021. When he streamed him after he got his appendix out.
So that's toward the era where they stopped giving a shit. It was like COVID, and they're like, we don't want to run a company anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much that's exactly what it was. But yeah, Kai just got a pair of shoes. But
Jesus.
so
I mean, he's also got shitloads of money, so that's fine. He'll be fine.
he's got shitloads of money. That is also true. He does have shitloads of money, but it would be good to have like that security, I guess, of having a contract with the company because like then you're less likely to get banned and yada yada, and then you'll actually have like more contacts. But they fired a bunch of those people anyway, so who fucking knows? The other thing I want to talk about, well, Aiden Ross has also been hounding Kai to come stream on Kick, but that's probably because Aiden Ross is banned off of Twitch now. But speaking of Aiden Ross, this guy's, I don't like his content, never liked his content, but that guy is fucking officially mega fucking fucked.
Is he?
So, yeah.
I don't know anything about him except,
he's a big Andrew Tate fan.
No, I mean I vaguely was aware of that, I guess, but he had fucking, who was that dude? One of the best freestyles ever fucking happened on his stream. I goddamn can't remember who it was, but I happened to watch a clip of it and I've saved it and I rewatch it like, I don't know, once every couple months. It has nothing to do with him, just the dude that was on it. And it's it was amazing. I wish I could remember his fucking name. Anyway, that's all. I knew he had like rappers and shit on his stream.
Right. Well, Kick is the new Wild West right now. There's no quote unquote TOS. There's nothing.
I heard there's a whole lot of porn already.
There's a fuck ton of porn. He's in fact watched it with his viewers, and then he realized his viewers are probably underage, and which is really fucking creepy. But on top of that, he opens any kind of link that you send in chat, and his sister does sex work. So somebody sent him a video of a video, and he didn't realize it, and then all of a sudden there's just a picture of his sister, you know, and nude and stuff like that. But the creepiest part is he stayed on it for way too long.
Well, he couldn't tell exactly.
It literally
is that
there was an arrow. There was
Hmm.
an arrow pointing to her face and saying her name, and then an arrow.
Well, you gotta be sure. People might just think it looks like them. You know, you gotta really make sure.
That's true. That's true.
That it all sort of matches up. You know, you gotta study it for a while.
Sure, you could study it. I guess, you know, study your sister. Oh. Yeah, so that's floating around on the internet. If you guys didn't find a reason to hate Aiden Ross, there's another one for you. Weird as fucking shit, dude. Also, he's another thing. He's been interviewing neo-Nazis on his street too. He's out of control. He is like literally unhinged at this point.
Wow.
Absolutely unhinged.
What's the viewership like over on Kick? Is he getting big numbers?
I don't know actually. But the 95 5 split. It's so funny because like people are like, "Oh, we fucking want to ban gambling. We want to ban gambling. Gambling bad on Twitch." Yada yada yada. But as soon as they like a fucking gambling site comes up and promotes better splits than Twitch, they immediately jump ship over there.
Is Kick a gambling site?
It's run owned by Stake.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's owned by Stake.
That makes sense. That makes 100% sense.
Yeah, so Stake and I don't think Trainwreck is an official owner, but I think he has some like shares in it or something like that. Some shit.
Oh, I thought he was like running the ship.
No, I don't think he's like. I know he's like a big advocate for it, and like he was the start of the movement over there.
Gotcha.
But I don't think he has like full say in it, if that makes sense. But yeah. Yeah,
they should do a gambling porn stream where you spend X amount of dollars and then it does like a random, like you know how like Game Pass has that random button? You can boot up a random game. It'll just be a random porn video.
Porn? It's a random porn video. Just porn roulette.
Like, well, I guess this is what we're watching.
Oh, god
A lot
damn it.
of step sibling shit on here. Weird. Where was that picture you linked in chat again?
It's not understand. No, yeah, it's just weird. I thought about it as a joke to do, what's it called? One of my, cause like chat sends me all those fucking stupid hentai games. And then we go over there and we
stream one over there? Yeah.
Yeah, I could go over there and I can make fun of it and not get in trouble from like, you know, or have to do it on like an actual porn site. Because that's the only other way. Ugh. They're like, oh, you should just do it on Discord. I'm like, no, that's fucking weird because then I'm going to hear you fucking mouth breathers and that's the last fucking thing I want.
Bunny's playing a hentai game.
Bunny's playing Deep Space Waifu and she doesn't understand the complexity that is this game. Like, you have to min-max the little
It's
jewels.
the Elden Ring of hentai games.
Oh my god, I'm sure there is. There's a fucking anime stranding. I'm sure there's like a fucking hentai Elden Ring game out there. There's gotta be a Souls hentai fucking game for some fucking degen weirdo out there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Has to be. Has to be. Okay, so enough about fucking streamers. The last thing I do want to talk about today is a win, possibly, for Microsoft.
Possibly.
Well, there's some other. They hit another snag. So, the UK finally reversed its finding on the Activision merger. So they're not going to block it.
They're like, this company's becoming worthless. Have at it.
Yeah, basically, there was more and more evidence came out and stuff like that. It's like, oh, well, if he says this and this is going to happen and you guys have contracts and stuff like that, then, you know, you're going to get your Call of Duty. That makes it, still viable market and stuff like that. And, yeah, so it sounds like we are closer to having the Activision merger. It's only been 2 fucking years since this has been going on, but UK is basically going to be like, yep, okay, that's good. However, in America, apparently the FTC is having issues with getting information from Activision. And I know that may seem like not a shocker because it's Activision. And I'm sure Bobby doesn't want all the secrets of the universe to be revealed out there and, you know, of his company and how much of a piece of shit they are, yada, yada. But yeah, no, the FTC basically went to, like an FTC judge went to them either yesterday or today, was like, yeah, you have so many hours or so many days to get us this documentation or basically else. And so I'm assuming they would be in a fucking mad scramble to get that going because obviously they just got approved over in the UK. And now they just need to finalize it in the US. However, I keep saying however today. Apparently that's the fucking my Luke lesson today.
I think that's your apparently.
That's apparently.
Apparently, Microsoft is apparently like a slight apparently W.
L plus ratio. Anyway, Microsoft has a senator in their corner. So Maria Cantwell was talking. I know. What a fucking
That's
name.
a bad name, dude.
That's a terrible name.
She can't well, bro.
She can't well, bro. She can't well. Vote
okay.
Democratic. Don't vote. Shit. Vote Cantwell. I can't even.
Sounds like you can't well right now.
Shit. I can't.
Apparently. However,
so she's kind of in their corner during the trade commission hearings that was happening, and also bringing up like this deal and this merger, blah blah blah. She threw some shade at Sony. And she's like, well, Sony has a huge market and over in Japan, and like having like control of the market in Japan, and like basically
That's 1,000%
the Asian market.
true.
Yeah. And like nobody ever complains about that. And so she was basically trying to like, why do you give
why
a
would
shit?
the US courts give a shit about that?
I don't know. I think she was trying to make a very shitty point. It didn't really come across, but it was kind of just like funny to hear a US senator trying to be like, yeah, I'm hip. I'm fucking with it. I understand these fucking video games and stuff. I mean, it's good to have somebody understand technology. After watching the fucking TikTok trials this week, it was the most depressing.
Oh, did you watch it?
Oh my God, Portz. Old people should not talk about technology. They shouldn't talk about technology. Yeah. One guy kept calling it the Tic Tac. And then he was all like, he's like, so if it accessed my Wi-Fi, does that mean it gets on the internet and gonna interact with my other Wi-Fi? Things on the Wi-Fi that use the Wi-Fi. And he's like, and the fucking CEO is trying so hard to like keep his fucking cool and like just do damage control. And he's like, dude, we're not about that. And everybody's like, you work for the CCP and like all these fucking hillbilly old
But
bumpkins.
Is that part true?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think dance is has as close of a tie as like Tencent and shit like them do. But like
who own all of TikTok though, right?
Byte does. Byte
right.
Dance. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it was just funny as fuck to like the TikTok, and when it accessed my Wi-Fi, does that mean it's gonna have access to my other things? He's like, no. Does your other things have access to each other? Does your Alexa have access to your other things and stuff like that? And he was trying to like bring up other things, and everybody's just like, well, I don't know how that works. You tell me. It was so fucking embarrassing. It's just like these people are trying to fight. Like, I think it's going to get banned. I think because people are so unwilling. The government is so unwilling to learn about technology. It's going to get banned, which is why I think this merger has
have you heard the
20 times longer than it should have
theory that the U.S. government has an interest in banning it?
I'm not surprised entirely if they did or not.
So the theory is we want to win the culture war, or the government does, against China. So we'd rather have it be an American company that is doing this.
Well,
so we'll just set up a new company that does exactly the same thing, basically like Vine.
Yeah.
I assume that was an American company. I'm not sure.
Vine was an American company, and then TikTok bought it, and then it did absolutely nothing with it.
It's supposed to kill the competition. They're doing capitalism pretty well.
They're doing great at the capitalism game. Yeah, no. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, because like Microsoft offered to buy part of it when it was Donald Trump trying to get it axed during his thing. And
there's lots of memes of me. I don't understand them. My hands are actually quite big. That was it. That's all I got.
That's all you got? Oh, I was expecting more.
This is the end of the podcast. My energy is gone,
Your
dude.
energy's gone. I'm sorry. We used it all up. It's all gone for you. But that's it. That's pretty much it. Hopefully we'll find out more about what the FTC finally rules. I thought it was kind of approved over here, but I guess it had to go through the other courts again, and then the FTC's like, well, maybe we should look at this again. Just in case, you know, I really like that PlayStation 5 paperweight.
Everything is such a long,
it's just boomers
process.
don't know technology. That's what I've learned. Boomers, after watching the TikTok thing, it was almost as bad as the Facebook thing. I think it was 100 times worse than the thing, because people, at least boomers, know what Facebook is and what it does, but like, yeah. And then also they're like, how do you make money and give people money? And like, just like fucking Mark Zuckerberg, he's like, we fucking run ads. Like, It's just so fucking funny how they don't understand this concept.
Just look at Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
All he does is give away money. He's making shitloads.
Yeah, he just gives away shitloads of money, and then people get mad at him for fucking curing blindness and doing something nice
Giving
for
sneakers,
people.
yeah.
Giving sneakers, curing blindness, fucking helping people who were in need. Yep, fuck that guy. Why would we want that?
Wow, dude. I prefer when people give that they do it anonymously so that my name's not in competition with people who are doing good things.
I think that's what
it could have been any of us.
Yeah.
You know, we should all be treated equally, whether we give or not.
Fuck, I'm dying. I think that's genuinely what it comes down to. People just getting jealous over that.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. They're jealous of the people who they give to because they're like, well, fuck, what about me? And then they're also jealous of somebody who's like able to give that much and wants to give that much. Like, yeah.
I didn't get mine.
100%. I think it's much better to be a piece of shit and know it just like me. Don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck. True. Don't give a fuck. O'clock. Okay, I'm going to bring back that voice if we don't end the podcast. So we have to end the podcast.
Get the fuck out of here. GTFO. Thanks for watching and listening, whatever the fuck. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch and Twitter, at Ignore Backlog on Twitter, at Evil Space Bunny on Twitter, at Evil Real Portz. The Real Portz on Twitter. Evil Space Bunny on Twitch. You do this much better than I do. I don't know why you're letting me run with this.
I don't know. I just let you go. Shit, does that mean I have to introduce the podcast next week? Fuck.
Do you want to do it again?
No,
it was a disaster last time. Let's do it.
It was a hot mess. We're never doing that again.
Unless we do a live show.
Yeah, live show. Sure, I'll be a disaster on a live show. I'll do that.
Okay.
I can take one for the team. Anyway, good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
We love you.